Welcome to Uptime.com and to our video on dashboards and subaccounts. Uptime.com makes it easy to organize your view of checks, metrics, and alerts from the dashboard. The dashboard is the first screen you are presented with when you log in and helps you access failed checks quickly. Depending on your plan level, we also offer subaccounts to help separate checks and services within your account and assign access to unique users. In this video, we will cover best practices and use cases for these organizational tools. When you create your Uptime.com account, you will be prompted to use our Monitor Entire Site tool to generate a series of basic checks for your site that you can choose to add to your account. When you complete this process, those checks will appear on the dashboard. In this view, checks have been added to the account, but the dashboard has been customized to remove all data so we can walk through features more easily. To customize, click the menu icon and select Customize. The customization window has 4 tabs: Global, Metric Summary, Checks, and Alerts. From the Global tab, you can name the dashboard and determine which checks you want it to display by either selecting them manually or by tag. You can choose to filter displayed checks by the following states: up, down, paused, or under maintenance. You can also decide the board's menu position and choose to pin it, which nests beneath the dashboard headings in your user panel. We will show this later on in the video. For now, we are going to select some checks by the Uptime.com tester tag and choose to display up and down states. Click Preview to view the changes. We can now see checks displayed on cards. Displaying cards is a default setting of the Uptime.com dashboard. You will also see the dashboard is unsaved. Select the Save button to save your dashboard. Now, let's go back and customize some metrics. Selecting to show the metric summary will create a table at the top of your dashboard. Once you tick the box to display the summary, you will be able to determine whether it shows all of the checks from your account, or only the checks selected for the dashboard. This is helpful if you want an overall view, but only want to display specific check cards and graphs. Since we have selected to show all account checks in this summary, we can now see the total checks in the account that are down, recent outages, overall response times, global uptime, last alert, and run load time for the account's 59 total checks. Moving on to the Checks tab, we can see that the Show Check Cards is already selected. 4 cards are selected, but only 2 checks are tagged with our selected tag from the Global tab. You can choose to display 4, 8, 12, 16, or 20 cards per dashboard. We can also determine the primary and secondary sort orders by check name, domain, date created, up-down state, last alert date, and slowest response time. On the Alerts tab, we can select to show the latest alerts and then determine if we want to show alerts for all account checks. We then selected to show only the checks that are assigned to this dashboard. Include ignored alerts, which do not factor into overall uptime, or include resolved alerts. Alerts can be shown in increments of 5 up to 15. Now that our main dashboard is configured for Uptime.com tester, let's add a secondary dashboard to display another set of checks. Click the top right menu again and select Create New Dashboard. The number of dashboards available to you depends on your plan level, but you can add more anytime from selecting the Billing, then Manage Add-ons. The process for creating dashboards is the same each time. When you have multiple dashboards, you can determine the order they are displayed and whether or not you want to access them from your user panel. We'll create our second dashboard to show all checks tagged Uptime.com tester. Give it the first menu position and select to pin it to the sidebar. We can now see our new dashboard has been created and is nested under the dashboard heading, making it easy to toggle between this dashboard and the main dashboard we created first. If you chose not to pin your dashboard, you can access it from the right-hand menu. You can also manage your existing dashboard by customizing and adjusting settings or deleting from this menu. The middle icon in the right-hand menu bar will expand your dashboard to full screen mode. The leftmost icon allows you to set refresh parameters, either auto-refresh or by selecting from one of the other displayed options. Now that we've configured dashboards, let's briefly talk about subaccounts. Dashboards are great for organizing specific check views within a single account. Everyone that has login permissions will be able to see all created dashboards for that account. Larger and enterprise accounts may have the need for more separation of their services. This is where subaccounts come in. Subaccounts subtract features from the main account to create their account totals. In other words, a main account with 100 checks can assign 10 checks to a subaccount, leaving a total of 90 checks to use within the main account. Here, we have created 2 subaccounts as an example. You can see as we navigate through subaccounts between subaccount 1 and subaccount 2 that each has its own separate dashboard. It is important to note that all features, status pages, checks, reports, etc. are unique to each individual subaccount, and data cannot be combined between them, not even from the main account. The other main benefit to using subaccounts is controlling the access and permissions of your users. This is done from the main account by navigating to Settings, Users. If you are an administrator or account owner, Settings Users will be available to you from the User panel, regardless of which subaccount you have selected to view from the drop-down menu. You can create a new user or click Actions Edit to change the access of an existing user and select the desired subaccounts from the Subaccounts drop-down. To create a subaccount and assign it features, you will need to reach out to your account rep or to support@uptime.com. To learn more about dashboards, subaccounts, or user permissions, visit our support documentation and our blogs for use cases, and check out the rest of our video library, or reach out to us directly at support@uptime.com.